Yeah, nigga, nights like this, nights like this. There's some free nights and weekends type shit, man. What up, Ghost?
Welcome back to another daily episode of Free Nights and Weekends. Hey, today is gonna be a very, very special episode for y'all. We coming out the gate with this one with mental health, and we're gonna discuss why mental health is important. And today I'm gonna go ahead and let you introduce yourself, my boy Chill. Go ahead, introduce the people to what you are.
Y'all know what it is. Well. It's your boy Chill.
Okay. See, and as usual at Free Nights and Weekends, you know what I'm saying? We like to bring y'all uncut culture. We like to bring y'all the real, the raw, the truth. You feel me? So today, we got a very, very special guest, a social worker, a therapist, an all-around great mother, Black woman, Miss LaShonda. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, lady.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. My name is LaShonda Smith. I am a licensed clinical social worker born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. I have been a social worker for 13 years, and I also have experience in medical case management. I am a believer and advocate for strong mental health as well as strong physical health in our community.
Okay, that's what's up. So, I guess to kick this question off, because a lot of people in our community, in our neighborhoods, they like to say, you're crazy if you got a motherfucking therapist, or you better not have no therapist. You can handle that shit by yourself. So, I'm going to go ahead and kick this first question off, and I'm going to ask you like this.
Okay.
Why is therapy a good thing from a therapist's perspective?
So therapy is a good thing from a therapist's perspective. Just like you go to the gym to work out to keep your body in shape, you go to a therapist to keep your mind in shape. One thing about therapy, there is a stigma attached to it that if you go to therapy, that something is wrong with you.
Right.
That is not true. Therapy is more so maintenance for your spiritual and your mental health. So that is my response.
Okay. You know what? And that's a great way to look at it, because you just gave me an extra added fuel to, give to the people to what they should look forward to look at therapy as, because you're right. I didn't look at it as something that, to just go if you, maybe nothing wrong with you. You understand what I'm saying? To be able to understand and develop different thoughts and perspectives from an unbiased opinion. Would that be more?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I myself have a therapist, and sometimes I talk to my therapist about time management, maybe things that I can do better at work.
Wow.
Sometimes she gives me tips on how to be a better professional with my private practice.
Wow.
So everything isn't about, going to therapy, being sad, having a problem.
Gotcha.
It's about having the support to get through life and have a good quality of life.
You know what? And I heard that before, because I've heard therapy is really like just support. It's a support system. So what would be the correct terminology for you having a therapist? What would the name be? Like the grand therapist?
My grand therapist.
Okay.
And she has a therapist too. So I have a great grand therapist.
Oh, wow.
Because you want to...
go ahead. No.
You want to make sure the people that you are dealing with, especially in, helping professions, that they're grounded and balanced as well.
Got you.
So it's, it's important.
Especially because, like you said, taking in all them different stories, different information. You got to unpack a lot of things with people.
Absolutely.
You got to deal with their traumas that they going through. So like you said, who does the strong person go to when they need to be strong? So it's like, wow, this is layers that we unpacking. Like, I never even knew this, that a therapist sometimes has to have a therapist. Let me ask you this. Now, is the government or your regulation, are they trying to mandate y'all having a therapist now?
I'm not 100% sure. I will say that in mental health, they are getting more strict as far as licensure and making sure that the mental health professionals, again, are, people who are healthy enough to help others.
Got you.
So it's not mandated, and I don't want to throw something out there, but it would probably be a good idea.
Okay, understandable. So let me ask you this. How would a person like me, or just our regular everyday audience, how would they go about finding a therapist?
Honestly, we have Google, we have Bing. You can literally just type in a therapist in Detroit, therapist in Saginaw, whatever area you are in. Looking for a therapist may take some time. It may take a couple of phone calls, especially now because of the pandemic and You have so many people reaching out. It's a mental health crisis.
Got you.
But I do recommend, just follow up. Make sure you get an appointment. There are services available.
Got you.
There are nonprofit organizations. Mental health is on a forefront.
It's on the front.
If you want a therapist, you can get a therapist.
You know, and that's crazy because I probably throughout my life, even, I had a child therapist for like maybe 2 weeks, but so I say all the therapists I had in total was maybe 6.
Okay.
But the one for me was the last one. Like I said, I speak highly of my therapist because my therapist, that's my dog. Shout out to Halim. That's my guy because I had to find somebody that suits me. He was black. He was a Muslim. He was young, you know what I'm saying? And he was a male. Like, I went to a woman therapist before, not saying I had anything against her, but she was a white lady. And in the first session, I'm like, yeah, I can't do this because I'm like, how can she even tell me what the fuck? She can't tell me how to be no black man. She don't know what the fuck I go through in real life. So,
yeah.
You got something to say to that, Chill?
Yeah, I actually had a white therapist.
Okay.
And it actually didn't work out too well for real. Like, I think I went to her. I think I had like a few sessions with her, and this was a time when I was going through my divorce. What I'm saying? I was going through a whole bunch of crisis and world stuff. So it was just like I was like I can't do no white therapist. No, nothing against what I'm saying, white people, but it's just like I need somebody that fit my lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, that
Exactly.
know my struggle, and you know what I'm saying, that can kind of give me insight, background, because they might have experienced it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just like.
And you know what? I also had a therapist before I found my therapist. He was just like, in between time I wanted to go see somebody, and you right, like it was a total different perspective because I was dealing with heartbreak. And like you said, when you're going through divorce or something like that as a man, we used to getting opinions from our mothers. We got a lot of women surrounding us, so it was like, it was great to get that value in that professional opinion from a black male. And he was like, bro, I'm gonna go home and talk to my son because, this is things that black males go through. And even at this time, this was like 5-6 years ago, he was like, these are things that's not even being talked about. So, moving forward, like, it's like a lot of people like to say this, like to me, they be like, I've been to a therapist and they give up. And I feel like that's the wrong mindset to have. Some things might not just fit the first time, the second time, the third time, but you find what's comfortable for you. And then you also find what works for you. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, the other white therapists I had before, he made me feel like I was just a patient. Like, how do you feel about this? Like, nigga, what the fuck you mean how I feel about this? I'm fucked up. Like, I need somebody to tell me what the fuck I need to do. Give me some.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even know what to say. Like, I was a blank. I drew a blank. Like, I didn't even know where to start. I didn't know nothing. Like, and I'm listening to you, and you was like, you basically got to interview the interviewer. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you got to feel who talking to you. So
Exactly.
it's like, when I was listening to that, and I was looking at y'all live the other day, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all was saying some stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just like, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe it ain't too bad to actually get a therapist, but find somebody that fits you.
And
I feel like I need a brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then you know what? Some people also too, and maybe you can chime in from a therapist perspective, some people also too be like, I can just go to my sister and talk to her about this. I can go to my mama and talk to her about this. But it's like, they're going to love you regardless. So maybe they might not give you the correct information that you need.
So they're also not certified or qualified, to help you. And also, when you do that,
it's okay. Yeah.
When you do that, I think it's best to just keep your business to yourself. And again, that is what therapy is for, because there's a difference between your personal relationship and your therapist. Or, if you could go to your mama or your sister or this person or that person for everything, I wouldn't have a job. So there's a reason people come to me or people go to therapy.
Or let's even say this, what you talked to me about off camera, right? You wouldn't have a job if people could just get over things. So
Absolutely.
Like they tell people, just get over it.
Yeah. No, there's no such thing as just getting over it.
Okay, exactly.
You
so
can
I know I ain't crazy. You can heal.
You said
Listen, I know I ain't fucking crazy. But go ahead.
Yeah. So Yeah, that's it. And also, I want to apologize on behalf of all therapists because I've heard that quite a bit. That hey, I went to a therapist and oh, thank you. Things didn't work out, or there may have been some cultural differences, and it means the world to me when someone says, hey, I'm so thankful that I have somebody and I have a face that looks just like mine and come from where I come from.
Yeah, and that's what I think that we do. We need more Black therapists, especially Black male therapists, because the Black men, we don't be having no outlet. We don't be having these safe spaces for real. You know what I'm saying? So it's great to even have you on the pod. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate the work that you do in the community or just helping our people because we absolutely need it. You got something to say? You want to add to that?
No, I was just gonna say, I'll be honest with you, I didn't even care for therapists. Like my daughter's mother used to tell me I need to go to a therapist. My pops be on me about therapists, and I used to be like, man, why do I need somebody to talk to? Or I can just go figure this shit out by myself. You know what I'm saying? Go just clear everybody out. Just you know what I'm saying? So close myself out the world.
So let me ask you this as well as a therapist, right? Should a person go to therapy for understanding or healing?
A person should go to therapy for understanding. Gotcha. As long as you can understand and comprehend, you can heal. Gotcha. You have to, have emotional intelligence and, also have the ability to understand in the first place.
Got you. You know what? And you're right, because that's how I looked at it. When I started therapy, at first I was looking to like, okay, what's the problem? How can I heal? But like you said, once I started to understand the origins of why I reacted, why I felt a certain way, it made total sense that I can be able to not only identify my problems or my triggers later on, it helped me be able to reconcile a lot of relationships as well. You see what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. And that is called cognitive behavioral therapy, which is what I specialize in. Because you teach your thoughts, come before your actions. So you really manipulate your thoughts, which is how people, if you work hard enough with your mind, you can retrain your mind, to be better and, to react differently to things. Wow. That's why you have anger management and things called coping skills. That's what they are for, but you have to practice them.
Yes, I know that you have to practice them, and that's something that I learned, like you said, in therapy. It's the skills in the I guess you say the exercises that y'all give out. They're very they're like, okay, dang, it makes you open your mind up to think and to want to do better. You see what I'm saying? Because the work starts with yourself, but I love the fact that therapy, once I've been open and awakened to that, it's like you said, somebody going to the gym. If you're going to go out and work out your muscles, work out your brain muscles too, because like they always say, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. And that's just point blank period. Yeah. I wanted to say, okay, do you notice that it's been side effects, mental, or should I say it like this? Would you say that in the future it may be side effects, or are there side effects now from social media concerning with mental health?
Absolutely.
Okay, speak on that.
Well, where do I start? Number one, social media has caused a lot of, isolation, gotcha. Lacking social skills because people aren't communicating. Gotcha. Kids don't even play outside anymore the way they used to. I remember my friends and I, we used to be 13 deep riding bikes from one side of town to the next. And, some of our kids will never get a chance to experience that. So that's just one thing that it takes away from people's ability to, interact and build genuine relationships, which is something that we really need in life as human beings. It's only so far a virtual relationship can get you.
Yeah. And I think that's why a lot of the relationships and things are skewed because everybody is living into like this illusion type of fairy tale. You know what I'm saying? To the point that your likes ain't real. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like step outside of that shit sometime and sometimes study, and it was even something else that I wanted to bring up in the conversation since we're on social media, right? Like a lot of people go to social media just to laugh. Like when you telling them some real shit, they're like, oh, I don't want to hear that. They'll tone you the fuck out. So it's like when it comes to social media and I guess people go to that motherfucker to try to cope sometimes. They go to it and make posters like that's their therapist. I don't
and make themselves look like a fool. That's what ends up happening. Again, that's why having a therapist is important.
Yeah, that's what happened. I got you.
I think social media. I think people find social media as their therapist. Like I think they kind of find it therapeutic to go into get other people's opinion or thoughts, or I guess when they get someone that agrees with them,
right,
it makes them feel good.
So like the validation.
Yeah, validation, for better words.
So that's where I'm like, it's teetering with a thin line, because if you live by the cheers, you would die by the booze. You know what I'm saying? So you
well said. No, well said.
I was deep though.
Go ahead. Because it's like if you always seeking and yearning for a validation, like that's what I'm saying. Like them people sometimes they ain't real. They don't even give a fuck about what you talking about for real. Some people actually like for you to get on that motherfucker just to be on bullshit so they can really laugh at you. Like, so it's like, why not? But it's like people will say therapy is crazy, but it's like you would express your whole whims and flims. I don't understand people would get on there and they'll cry. Like, what is you doing? Like, if you can do all this, why the fuck you can't take the time out with all these resources to talk to somebody private with HIPAA laws that can give you a real solution? What's social media gonna do for you?
Yeah, and I will say, as a therapist, I have a lot of clients, and they really compare themselves, and that's the first thing they say. Social media is social media, or I was looking at her page, or I was looking at his page. It's like, well, take a break, because it's destroying you on the inside. You know what you feed your mind is what you feed your soul.
That's deep.
I love that right there, because I sometimes have to distance myself from social media. I have to take it off my phone, or you know what I'm saying, whatever I got to do. You know what I'm saying, to stay out of it, because it's like being in another world. But you know what I'm saying.
And you're right. And I had watched a video on YouTube. It was these things, like, because I was kind of like a conspiracy theorist back in the day, but these people that created Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, these type of machines, the creators actually said they kids don't even be on that shit. On top of that, they said that when they created it, they didn't think it was going to be as worse as it is, but if their job is to compete for your attention, keep your attention, to be on there. So that's where I'm looking at this, the mental health behind it, where it's like, you just really stuck in a damn box. Like, you don't even understand reality outside of just the social media, or, the scroll page. So I guess to pivot the conversation into something a little bit deeper, that I, even looking at social media through the years of our history as Black people, why do Black people in our community start to wear our traumas as a badge of honor? Or do you see that?
Oh, I most definitely see that. I'm just trying to figure out a way to answer it. So give me a minute. Why do we enjoy the struggle so much? Like, why is the struggle celebrated?
Yes.
I don't know, especially this day and age, considering how, much our elders, our ancestors and stuff struggled. I think it's just something that we have been, conditioned. If you tell somebody something enough, they'll start to believe it. There's nothing fun about struggling in any way or any aspect. There's nothing fun about trauma. I mean, you see where we are now with that. So
that's a very neat perspective, because I think the way I say people wear their badges as their trauma, because they trauma as badges because they be walking around here like, yeah, I'm bipolar. Yeah, I'm this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? It's like have you been diagnosed? Who told you this?
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you even know the characteristics? Just like this word narcissism that's being thrown around. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. People just throw words around and don't fully understand what's going on, as well as when you talking about these traumas. They put it out there like it's a good thing, when it's like, no.
Yeah, like it's something to be proud of.
Yeah, like, please
keep
go
that on the low.
Yeah, go get some help. You understand what I'm saying? So go ahead.
So I get what you're saying, because I hear that a lot, and I stop people as a therapist. If I hear somebody saying, "Oh, I'm bipolar," or if they say somebody is narcissistic, who diagnosed them? Do you know their therapist, or are you a therapist? Gotcha. Because actually, that is a very rare diagnosis. It's very hard to diagnose, and it's difficult to treat. So Do you have selfish people? Yes.
Right.
And do we all have narcissistic tendencies? Yes, we do. But narcissistic personality disorder is very it's almost sadistic. You know, so we have to be very careful of how we label people and the things we say, even when we call somebody crazy.
Right.
You know, it's not cool to do that.
Because it can be very dismissive and ostracized. Go ahead.
So can y'all break it down what a narcissistic is? So for the viewers that don't understand exactly what it is.
Let me say this. I don't treat personality disorders. So I could break it down, but that would require a whole nother segment.
Right.
I would need like some tools and I can't go off the dome with that one. That's just how deep it is.
So I was gonna say, like, you know, like I said, I found even people like in my generation or people, they be like, even if you went to therapy, they'd be like, man, you know, you crazy, or, you know, or like you shouldn't really be seeing this person, right? Do them people that's telling you that, are they really probably hurting or have an illness they self to be speaking against something like that? Or what do you feel?
I'm not 100% sure.
Right.
Sometimes I say that a lot of people who are in therapy for the people who won't go to therapy.
Oh, okay. Now that's deep. That's deep. So it's like basically taking responsibility for the others' emotions a little bit. Okay, go ahead.
Well, kind of cause and effect. So let's say you have how do I put this? Let's say you have 10 people in therapy and they've been traumatized by 2, and the other 2 people won't go to therapy.
Gotcha.
But they are the root cause of the other people's issues.
Okay. I get what you're saying. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That definitely makes sense. Do you have any questions for me on what you wanted to say?
Yeah, actually I have, so both of you, can answer.
Okay.
What are some of your challenges as Black men?
Ooh.
That you would like to tell me as a Black woman?
Ooh. You want to start first?
No, you go ahead.
My challenges as a black man is I want to say getting other Black men to work together. That's been my challenge. Getting other Black men to work together and understand our ethnic image, that, you know, we are collective. We not individuals. You know what I'm saying? We individuals to a degree, but everybody counts. It matters. And then I guess my other challenge would be getting through to the Black women to make them understand that we are human beings as well. Like, we hurt, we feel the same way that a woman may feel about certain situations. But just because a man come and expresses himself, that doesn't make him a bitch ass nigga. That doesn't make him a hoe ass nigga. You understand what I'm saying? It just, hey baby, I need to communicate this to you. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So them are the challenges I kind of face. You got anything that you want to add?
I mean, really, some of the things you just said really piggyback off what you saying. Being able to have that open space to being able to express without being judged or being looked at like, oh man, like this nigga is soft or weak, man. Like, no, nigga, at the end of the day, I'm still a man. You know, I still carry emotions. Yeah. And I'm not the type to, like, I'm the type, I guess I've been told so many times, I carry my emotions on my shoulders.
Yeah, so, me too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they can tell, like, people can tell when there's something wrong with me, but, and I mean, another, like, challenging as a man is, being loved, like, properly, you know what I'm saying? And being heard.
Hey, that's deep though, because I want to piggyback on what you just said, because like you said, I be feeling like that. Like, a lot of people, I don't see the love for Black men like other things or people. Like, it's like we disposable. Like, yeah, nigga, you better have a wallet and better be strong and provide. But other than that, nigga, I love you on condition. It's not no unconditional love when it comes to the Black men. That's how I'm looking at this shit nowadays. You feel me? Because it's like, who love us? You understand what I'm saying? And then that's why I say with the Black Brotherhood, it's so many times where we don't even love each other, where it's like a nigga want to kill you over nothing. And it's like, why? So that's where it's like, is it the mental health? Is it the hurt? Is it the trauma? What's going on to making us that we as a people can't get along? Go ahead.
I feel like it's a pride thing. You know what I'm saying? I think as black men, we deal with a lot of pride.
Okay.
A lot of pride.
Okay. I did that.
I would like to comment. I see that men, you all have what is it called? The manosphere. I can't pronounce it.
Yeah.
But I am proud of what I'm starting to see on there, how brothers are coming together and saying, no, we have emotions too. We're people too.
Yeah.
This is how we operate in life. This is how we think. These are things from our perspective. This is how we want to get better.
Right.
And I know that there are there's some backlash on some of those things, but that's what we do. If we identify a problem, we solve it. So now it's like, speak up, say something and pull each other in.
No doubt. But I guess to say, you know what I'm saying, I like the manosphere, how I look at the manosphere, right? It has helped a lot of brothers out, for real. You know what I'm saying? And this is where we get the backlash from, because the women be really thinking that we tripping. And if everybody's saying the same thing, we can't be tripping. It might be some lies, it may be some hurt in between that, but for the majority part, like, I don't try to speak on my own anecdotal situations, but as men as a collective, just like I had a raw ass conversation in the barbershop the other day, men is basically saying the same thing, and it's like, in a way, we are being oppressed. And that's why I said, like, I'm speaking for the men that don't even know that they don't have no fucking voice. Like, I'm speaking for the voiceless of the voiceless, because men don't speak out about things. And I guess we get into a deeper subject on a lot of different things about, how molestation is reported with men, or how,
It is in therapy.
Okay. So it's like, or even like they say, domestic violence. They'll ask you out the damn, what, you coming to press charges on a woman? So it's just like all these different things, you feel me, that we gotta deal with. But hopefully we'll be able to dive deeper into a greater conversation. So to pivot into a deeper conversation, and we like to get deep on free nights and weekends, you feel me? So do you consider, I want to ask this to the panel, do y'all consider somebody that commits suicide, are they weak or are they strong? I want to start off with you, Chill. What's your first take on that? Trick question.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because I don't want to say a person is weak, because you never know what somebody going through. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But
also, I feel like they. Damn, G.
I caught you off guard. Caught you off guard.
Man, yeah, because it's like, I don't want to say a person is a weak person for taking their life.
Right.
Because, you know what I'm saying, you never know what a person is going through mentally.
Yeah, no doubt.
But then again, I do want to say that they are weak. And I and selfish, though, in a way, too.
Ooh, okay.
That's selfish
that's
because,
another way to think about it.
Is I understand that we came here by ourselves, but you also have other people that you attach yourself to that care about you more than you may think, or that you may care about you more than yourself at that time, at that moment. Because if you feeling like that, you know what I'm saying, you got somebody out there that can be like, that's willing to be like, call me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a great motherfucker.
But what was the other one? It was weak and
strong. Yeah, you broke him down.
Strong. Oof.
Yeah.
You got to be real. Yeah, you strong. You strong-minded enough to go through with it.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't think a lot of people are strong-minded to go through it, because I think when some people actually think about what's really going on, and they actually, like, say someone, you know what I'm saying, hang themselves, you know what I'm saying? Once they actually feel that pain and they thinking, they basically, a lot of the times, like, I had a friend,
we both had a friend,
you know what I'm saying, and they said
he tried to grab his neck and
and a female, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like the scratch, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that consciously they thinking like, all right, I'm not supposed to be doing this.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, strong, you got to be a strong person to do something like that.
No doubt.
Gotta be.
That's crazy. So can I ask you, Miss Lady?
Yes, you can. And this is a very touchy subject, so I want to make sure I, definitely tread lightly. But what I will say, and this is just based on some things that I've seen over the past, however many years, is that people who choose to take that course of action have usually been some of the strongest people in life, and they have been broken down to a weakness where they felt like they had no choice. So I don't want to say it makes anybody weak or strong, because at the end of the day, it's just very unfortunate.
Yeah.
So, and also, while we're on that, I want to give the number to the suicide prevention hotline, which is 1-800-273-8255. Because when we mention suicide, we want to make sure we send out a resource for that.
We definitely have resources for you. That's important and that's key. So if you ever feeling like you need to talk to somebody, and this is why she's going to be a reoccurring guest, and I want y'all to check out her podcast and her YouTube when it comes out. Peace of Mind, you feel me? To be able to, we gonna all use each other. We gonna use each other in a great way, you feel me, with a love way. And so, like I said, I agree with both statements. And like you said, we want to respect the people that did take their lives. But like you said, I'll be like, you kind of got to be a strong person to be like, man, I'm going to get up here and bang, I'm going to blow my brains out, or I'm going to get up here and hang myself or slip my wrist or whatever. You know what I'm saying? To know that you like, today is the day. I don't want to be here no more. That is kind of like scary. But then, like you said, like the weakness for me is not, I wouldn't say a bad weakness. I would say like you said, more, I guess like more of a vulnerability that they
discouraged.
that they have came so low that there is no hope for that. They feel like there's no hope, like, and that's sad. So I guess that's why I wanted to talk about, I guess, as well with mental health. I feel like people in the community now, we have lost the sight of what God is. Like a lot of people, I think they just say that shit just for lip service. Like, yeah, you believe in God? They be like, yeah, I believe. But you be like, well, what do you actually believe? Most people can't really even tell you. And it's like, I don't know if it's coming from a standpoint of, like I said, being not studying, or is it coming from a faith? But I say you can't really study faith. So I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Is the mental health aspect in it when your faith has deteriorated as well.
Yes, and I will say that one thing I've noticed is that faith and prayer is is not being taught and it's not being valued as much, depending on your family system or household. Which is why you also see that there's a lack of compassion, especially through social media. You see there could literally be somebody get hurt and everybody he with the little laughing emojis, because they're so disconnected that, hey, somebody was really harmed.
So that's how I say. So even back on the things that we see, right, we have been desensitized.
Yes.
You feel me? And this is where I feel like we have lost the thing of empathy. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how to actually like, dang, although this not me, I should be able to be like, ooh, I feel where you coming from, like this, that, you know what I'm saying? Putting yourself in their shoes to be able to understand where they're coming from. And I feel like a lot of people just has lost touch with that. So, I want to ask a question. Do y'all feel like stress can kill you? And like far as when it comes to play as a factor also with people having aneurysms?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's how I feel. Well, I don't want to say feel, because there are medical facts. Stress and increase your blood pressure, which contributes to heart attacks and stuff. I'm not sure with the aneurysm part. I'm not a medical professional, so but if we step outside of that, yes, people literally die from a broken heart. Because what happens, that feeling that you get, so your heart vessels can thin out, when the heart is overworked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's deep. That's deep as hell because, wow, like, because like I felt like you said, when you heartbroken, I felt like, fuck it, I just really want to die. Like, it don't feel good. So it's like you giving me this type of knowledge and game. It's like, damn, okay, now I can put some information behind what I was feeling. You see what I'm saying? So can I ask you, or can I ask y'all a question of, or you maybe, how do you identify your triggers or your hurt?
You feel it. So in order to be able to identify your triggers, you have to be able to be in touch with your body.
Got you.
There's a emotion you get. There's a feeling you get when you're happy. There's a feeling you get when you're sad. There's a feeling you get when you're angry. And if you're the person, you get hot when you get angry. That's one of your triggers. So
that's deep. Okay,
yeah, so you know, as soon as you feel yourself get hot, you know, okay, let me step back.
Gotcha.
But one thing about identifying your triggers is also being able to maybe look at the environment or the person, because people and environments can also trigger you.
Wow. You got something to say to that? Cause that's deep.
No, I'm learning over here.
Yeah, I'm learning something too. That's crazy. So let me say this though. So is it important for a person to learn how to forgive themselves?
Yes.
What do you say?
I agree.
Okay. So
I agree.
in forgiving yourself, like what would be probably like the proper things that you probably should tell yourself?
In order, I don't want to say in order, but one thing I recommend is healing your inner child. So talking to that little kid, you know, no matter what it was, if the little kid that got ignored,
exactly.
Maybe the little kid who parents got divorced and they felt some type of way, because everybody's, you know, bottom is different. So wherever you were, or teenager, you know, or maybe, hey, you didn't go through anything until you got to your 20s. Well, go talk to that young lady or go talk to that young man, but you have to heal your inner child.
So let me ask you this. Is when something happens in the past, and I don't want to deem or bash anybody, but say for instance somebody mom dies and then they become a robber and start killing people. Is that an excuse for what they may feel? No, not at all. Or say for instance a woman becomes become more promiscuous because of this trauma or said hurt. Would that be an excuse for her to use that as that?
No.
What do you feel?
I don't want to say that you can use it as an excuse because after so long, you know what I'm saying, like, it's a mental thing. So you have to really change your mental.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be willing to want to change your past.
Got you.
In order to walk into your future and your tomorrow.
Got you.
You know, so no. You can't use it as an excuse. Yeah.
And I do want to acknowledge they can be contributing factors, but there is no excuse for piss poor behavior. That's just it. They can be a factor, like, because we all been through something. You know, there's a correlation between some things, but we know better. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it like this: somebody told me, "Live in it, get over it. Walk in it, live in it, walk in it, feel it, and get over it."
Get over it, huh?
That's what I was told.
Say it again.
I was told to live in it. Feel those feelings.
Yep.
And move on.
You feel me?
Feel them because we human.
You human.
So it's no running from it. So if you run from it, it's going to constantly come haunt you.
You're right.
So feel those feelings and then come up with a solution.
That's deep.
If you got to cry, if you got to go punch something, you know what I'm saying? If you got to go yell, you know what I'm saying? To get those emotions out.
Do that.
And then take the time, like I say.
Process it and get over it.
Process it. Have that safe space. Go to if you got to close the world out.
Right.
You have to find that peace in mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it don't matter what people say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because people going to feel like something anyway. Even if you're happy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you too happy. Well, damn.
They'd really be mad.
Damn.
Don't you be happy now.
If I was down, you would be talking like, man, what's wrong with you? Why you ain't smiling? But if I'm smiling, then it's, you know. But like I say, to end my piece, find that peace. You got to find that peace.
So let me ask you this, though, because you made something, a very important point. So let me ask you this. Do you feel like isolation is good?
Coming from me. Coming from me, that'd be the wrong person to ask. But sometimes it's not good to isolate yourself. I sometimes be like, I need to get out. I need to go check on make sure my people, you know what I'm saying, answer the phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes it is. Yes. Isolate yourself. Get away, because we deal with so much on a daily and our minds is always running.
You feel me?
And if you're a person like me that think a lot, you can't be around a lot of negative
Noise.
stuff, a lot of noise, a lot of
Yeah.
stuff. You know, a lot of people. I'm the type of person. I don't like being around a lot of people. That's why I don't go to the club and
Same.
do all that. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't like crowds either.
Yeah.
I don't like
It's too much. It make me feel uncomfortable. It's like it made me feel like I gotta watch over my back because it be so much. It's so much going on out here nowadays.
so
It's just
much
like
going on.
I can't do it. So yeah, isolation to me, yes, isolate,
Isolate.
get away. You know what I'm saying? Clear
In a
your
healthy
mind.
way.
Yeah, in a healthy way.
So let me ask you, what would be a good isolation, and how do you feel about isolation?
How do I feel about isolation? Well, you know, okay, so I believe in choosing self-care. I don't want to say isolate, but I do believe in making time for yourself, doing what you need to do to heal, get in tune with yourself, connect. That can be listening to your own, music, maybe learning new recipes.
Oh, I
So
like
even, or creating stuff, writing. So even though, we're calling it isolation, it's really getting to know ourselves so that we can be
Oh.
better. When we come back out here, we got something to give to the world.
That's a great term.
Meditate.
Yeah.
And meditation comes in all type of forms. It's not you gotta sit and fold your arms, fold your legs. You don't gotta do that. It's
Are you
like you say,
serious?
music. Find your genre of music.
Mm.
If you like jazz, like me, sometimes I will listen to jazz to kind of calm me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because jazz to me is soothing. It's
Yeah, I
the
love
mind.
jazz.
You know what I'm saying? Smoke you a blunt. You know what I'm saying? If you smoke, if
Right.
you drink wine, you know what I'm saying? If you drink, take you a sip. You know what I'm saying? And just
Right.
find that peace.
Don't overindulge.
Exactly.
I understand. You right, bro. I love
Exactly.
to find them safe spaces within my life. Like, I like you said, I like classical music. I like I don't like R&B because it make me sad.
How you listen to classical? How do you listen to classical but don't listen to
I
R&B?
don't know. This shit make me
I can't
sad,
listen-
bro. I done
and
had too many
classical-
heartbreaks. And it's
Oh
like
my
when you with a
goodness.
woman, she gon' when you with a woman, she
Make you
play
listen to her music.
she play that shit that she feel about you. If it's Mary J, I'm not gonna lie, the pull up nigga.
goodness.
So it's just like, I'm scared. So
I can't listen to classical because it is.
What?
I remember that time we went to that field trip and I had just sitting up there and just like falling asleep. Like, man, I can do this.
so it's
But
like,
I
can't do
get
this.
why some people, because it can help with the mind, like
It do.
music, the frequency, it helps with the vibration of
does.
the mind, all that. So,
Yeah.
but classical, I can't get with
I
that.
can't give it no classical.
I can't get with that.
Oh, I like my rap. I love my trap shit. But do you have anything to add to the pod, Miss Lady?
I wanted to ask you guys a question.
Cool.
What does a healthy relationship look like to you?
Ooh. I feel like a healthy relationship looks like to me with boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Boundaries on both ends, as well as I feel like people knowing their roles. So I feel like it's a such thing as gender roles. It's a reason I'm a man and God made me a man for a reason. It's a reason God made you a woman for a reason. And I feel like, no doubt, people gonna have clashes. They're gonna have arguments. They're gonna have ups and downs, be broke together, be rich together. But at the end of the day, I feel like a healthy, strong foundation is something that you build on and y'all keep persevering through it all. Period. Like, that's just what it is. I'm not saying that you, as women, because a lot of women like to say, oh, he hit me, he do this. I'm not saying you sit around for abuse at all. You know what I'm saying? You don't just allow certain things to go on in your life. But at the same time, look at the contributing factors that you may cause yourself if a man is not hitting you or a man is not a cheater or just a liar. We have to start being realistic with ourselves and holding each other accountable. So that's how I feel about relationships.
What was the question again?
What does a healthy relationship look like to you?
Peace.
Enough said.
Peace.
That's it.
Peace. One word, peace. Like I'm always was about peace. Like that's why I just feel like I'm just so chill, because I like peace, man.
Yeah.
I like to have my fun too. I like to talk my little shit, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm just peace.
Peaceful, huh?
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? That family love.
That's what's up.
Family love. Like I'm all I take it back, because I done been through so much through my childhood to why I desire family so much, and I understand why, and I understood why I fought so hard to keep mine, because you know what I'm saying, because I went through the exact same thing. So it's just like I fought so hard to keep my family attached.
Damn, nigga,
To,
you just,
you know what I'm saying?
you just
So,
gave me
like,
an aha moment because I think that's what I did in my relationships. Like, I fought so hard because my thing is, I feel like I always love until it hurts. And I like you said, my mom and dad, I was born in Germany, they was married, but I could see the differences and they broke apart when I'm like 10. So it's like you said, like, damn, now I ain't even knowing subconsciously I'm fighting for relationships and shit because it's something that I'm low-key yearning for.
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, I love the thought of legacy. So, you got anything else you want?
But I would have never thought of that if I would have took the time to have space.
Ah, okay.
The isolation.
Isolation, there you go. Mr. ISO.
We need shirts.
ISO, you hear me? You got anything else that you wanted to ask or add? Because
No, not at this time.
so let me ask, what would be the overall solution behind, you know, a person that really don't even know where to start from, or feeling like, you know, I don't even know what to do. What's next for me?
The first step, again, is to at least find a few therapists and make some phone calls. But after that, just go. That's it. Just try.
Exactly.
And never get tired of doing the right thing. I keep saying that. But that means a lot because we have to tell ourselves certain things. The therapist is not there every day.
Exactly.
But you still have to try. You have to get up and reset every day, to be a better person.
That's what's up. So let me ask you this. As a therapist, would you say those self-talks are important?
Yes.
Okay. Because that's something that my therapist told me too, when I was going through stuff. He like, bro, like sometimes you're going to have to talk yourself through some things or talk your way out of some things. You know what I'm saying? Because it's very important. I guess like you said, to even know yourself or like know your limits as well with certain things. So you got anything you had wanted to add to that?
Yeah, that just go with the word of mind.
Yeah.
That's what I call it, word of mind, because as men, we deal with so much.
I feel like
I ain't gonna even say as men. I'm gonna just say people as a community of people. Period. Yeah. We deal with so much.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know what I'm saying. We don't even know how to express it without being judged.
Exactly. I feel you. That's what's up though, because I don't be feeling like we had no safe space for real. Not for real.
No, because everybody laugh at everything.
No, I don't.
Okay. Yeah, but you know what? And you're right. Everybody do be laughing at shit. Like, that's why I say, be like, you know how I used to be in school and you can be smart, but if you the dummy, you cool. You cool with everybody, but if you smart, they try to make you see like you the oddball or you the, like you really slow. You like, oh,
and they the slow one.
And they really slow. And it's like, bro, I got good motherfucking grades. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is going on? So, me being a child that, like I said, I had got a 4.0, you know what I'm saying, a time before in school. So, it was like, I always knew, especially getting older and dating and with women, like, don't no woman want to hear that same bullshit, because I know as a man, I don't want to listen to no airhead ass women talk about Bad Girls Club and housewives and all that bullshit. It's like, when I'm trying to build legacy, we have to step outside the box besides just the dumb bullshit. Yes, we all can party and bullshit, but at the same time, how do I add value to you? And how do you add value to me?
What are you bringing to the table for me to learn, to go research? You know what I'm saying? I feel like as dealing with someone and being with someone, you have to be able to learn from one another.
That's what's up.
Like you say, you don't want to deal with an airhead. You don't want to deal with somebody all day thinking of that. Oh, it's just all about this hair and my nails and, you know what I'm saying, and my back, my needs, you know what I'm saying? What can you feed me? What can I learn from you?
You got something to add?
I got something to add because I'll forget because I'm off this Red Bull. Just like men don't want to deal with airheads, I'm going to tell you all, women don't want to deal with simps.
I'm glad you own that. I'm glad you own that. So
nothing worse than a stupid man. I mean, or one who's
so. What's your definition of a simp?
I got a picture of him. No, I'm just playing. I'm totally kidding, y'all. You know what? Gosh, from a woman's perspective, because you guys might have a different definition, but to me, a simp is someone who is like, I don't know, just a vulnerable man who will leave everybody around him vulnerable, because he does not have like emotional reasoning and logic. You know, basically he can be easily fooled, and someone like that will make you lose everything. You need your man to be able to be smart so he can lead your household.
Exactly. She giving y'all a piece of that mind. Go ahead.
No, I was nothing. I forgot that. So that's it. But yeah, simps, they're definitely a turn off. And a simp is not a nice man. Those are two different things.
Got you.
You get what I'm saying? Because I think,
but they label simps as nice men.
Exactly.
Yeah,
no.
You're right. And you're right. But you know what? I feel like a simp too is a motherfucker that
pretend to be nice.
They pretend to be nice and they condone that bad behavior.
You know what will fuck me up yesterday with you?
What?
That post.
What post?
Alpha and Beta.
Yeah, I got it from her.
And I was reading it. And I feel like I kind of got both sides, I guess. Can you kind of have both sides? Can you have a side or a mixture of a beta and an alpha?
Or would it be like the sigma in between?
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say, because I don't want to label, either one as negative, because I noticed that there's a negative thing attached to beta, which is why I'm saying no. There's a category for these men. They're called, what is it? The simps.
Yeah, sympathy. You simping, nigga.
Now, beta men can they appear to maybe be more passive? That's fine, but that doesn't mean that they are stupid
or weak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got you.
That's back, get him in his face, that's the heads up. The way I'm gigging with this ice, code name Vezo. I've been grooving, pulling strings, should've been a cello. Cash apps down when they bust me down the press row. These niggas kept, so I really don't believe them. Bro just called, got a lane down in Cleveland. Bound for the Jordan, selling for the KD. Try to get my baby girl mailed in from AZ.